In today's news, Telecommunications linesman Nidio Sanchez Amadot dies as a result of incident while on duty. Hodge leads Missouri Tigers to a 25-point victory. Mrs. Globe BVI 2022 donates funds for free pap test initiative. 2 arrested following seizure of assault rifles, ammunition, and large sum of cash. Residents urged to consider vaccines and boosters as respiratory illnesses include COVID continue to impact the BVI. And Diabetes Month 2022 observed in the territory. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break. You're watching 284 News.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No, you know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome everybody. It's Friday, November 18th, 2022. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Friday to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, local basketball sensation Hodge continues to make strides on the international scene after leading his Missouri Tigers to a 25-point victory over SIU Edwardsville on Tuesday. Playing at the Mizzo Arena, Hodge collected a game-high of 30 points with 11 of 19 shooting attempts from the floor to lead the Tigers to a 105-80 victory. He put up 17 points in the first half and completed 3 consecutive three-pointers with the first 6 minutes of the second half from different spots behind the arc. His game-high 30 points is a season best for a Missouri player and improved their winning record to a 4-0 as the Tigers tailed their highest point total in a game for the first time in 12 years. The 105-30 victory also saw Missouri surpassing the 100-point mark for the first time in 2 seasons. Tragic news reporting Nidio Sanchez Amadot in his 40s, a linesman who was contracted by Digicel, has died as a result of an incident while at work on November 17, 2022 in Paraquita Bay. Circumstances surrounding the incident are still unclear. However, sources have confirmed that he was on duty utilizing a ladder in Paraquita Bay. While suspicion looms over what exactly took place, our team of reporters visited the grieving family who confirmed that the male fell off the ladder which he was working on. Our agency reached out to Digicel's Human Resources Manager, Ms. Prescott, who said she had no comment on the matter. In an official comment, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force said they can confirm that this morning a man succumbed to his injuries sustained in an accident near a utility pole in Paraquita Bay yesterday. Details surrounding the incident are unclear at this time. Therefore, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force said no further information can be released. Our agency has also received a graphic video in the incident. The deceased was known as an avid domino player. The management and staff of 284 Media, BVI Cable TV, and CCT offer and extend our condolences to the family and loved ones of Nidio Sanchez Amadot. More to come as the story develops. When 284 News returns, 2 arrests following seizure of assault rifles, ammunition, and large sums of cash. Mrs. Globe BVI 2022 donates funds for free pap test initiative. All this when 284 News returns.
Freeze. Choose your mix, choose your flavor.
Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Jos Van Dyke, not forgetting Anigada. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a Generation of Greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. After a successful fundraiser in October, Mrs. Globe BVI Dr. Arlene T. Penn held a donation ceremony to present the proceeds to the BVI Cancer Society and Win BVI organization in the interest of her funding her ongoing free pap test initiative. More on this report. Take a look.
Mrs. Globe BVI 2022 Dr. Arlene T. Penn made good on her promise to see to it that she fund efforts to provide free pap tests for eligible women at a recent donation ceremony during which she presented checks to the BVI Cancer Society and the Win BVI organization. According to Dr. Penn, the funds donated were raised through the support of her Tropical Soiree event in October.
That event was very important to me because my platform is this. I want women, not just locally, but across the globe, to get their pap smears done. I'm an 18-year cervical cancer survivor, and I firmly believe that early detection will save lives because it saved my life. We were able to raise some funds from this event because the goal was to make sure that at the end of the day, women would be afforded the opportunity to get free pap smears. So this afternoon, I am here to hand over 2 checks. One to the Win BVI organization and the other to the BVI Cancer Society from the funds that were raised from the Tropical Soiree.
A total of $5,050 was raised from ticket sales for the sold-out event, all of which was donated to the cause. The first presentation was made to the BVI Cancer Society, which received a majority of the funds.
On behalf of myself, Mrs. British Virgin Islands Globe 2022, we want to present you, and as you know, I said I'm the spokeswoman for the Win BVI organization for 2022. We want to present you with this check, $3,030, and this will go towards assisting women with getting those pap smears done. It is my pleasure to hand this over to you, and it's important, as you know, my platform is that of cervical cancer awareness, and I want that it go long so that we can help women to just reclaim who they are. And I just want to thank you once again for allowing me to be the ambassador for the BVI Cancer Society.
Cancer Society President Gloria Foy expressed gratitude to Mrs. Globe BVI and lauded her efforts to do good on her platform of cervical cancer awareness and prevention.
Mrs. British Virgin Islands Globe is a firecracker. I have never experienced such a firecracker as Dr. Arlene T, right?
Yes, T.
Penn. I knew her a very long time ago, but we got real close over the past maybe 6 months or more. And I believe in the cause. I believe what she's been saying all along, that we have been paying too much attention to breast cancer. Because if you noted, it was started by 3 ladies who had breast cancer. And of course, I came along as president as a breast cancer survivor. So, I think we were paying attention to breast cancer without realizing how much attention we were paying. So I am glad that she opened my eyes. We rebranded earlier this year, and we are going to be concentrating on all cancers. And despite, she may think this check is very small, it's very large, and wherever WIN-BVI falls short for the pap smears, she knows that she can depend on the British Virgin Islands Cancer Society, because that is part of our aim as well, to recognize all cancers.
The remaining $2,020 raised for the initiative was presented to the WIN-BVI organization. Director of WIN-BVI Alicia Green shared similar sentiments to the Cancer Society president and revealed that only 24 hours after the launch of registration for the activity, it had already received significant interest.
First, I want to say thank you very much for spearheading and actually having the vision to put on the tropical soiree. Not only that, but the vision of this inaugural initiative that we've started, where we are partnering with the Cancer Society to allow women in the British Virgin Islands to get their pap smears done for free. We know it is something that we hesitate about. It's something that is very costly. But because of where we are today, we all want to live long, healthy lives, which is something that WIN-BVI also pushes. And so in order to do that, we have to know what's wrong with us so we can fix it. Know early so we can fix it. Live longer, and we win together. And I can share with you today, since we started the launch of the cervical pap smear campaign, we have over 100 women already registered.
Impacting lives forever, reclaiming, pursuing dreams together, reclaiming me.
Women between the age 21 to 29 who are sexually active and have never had a pap test, and women between the age 21 to 65 who are sexually active and have not had a pap test in the last 3 years are invited to register for the initiative between November 15th and November 30th. Appointments will then be scheduled from the 1st to the 15th of December, during which all will receive a free doctor's consultation. The invitation is open to women from Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Anegada, and Just Van Dyke. For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
2 persons are presently in police custody following the seizure of 2 assault rifles, ammunition, and a large quantity of money. This was confirmed by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force in a media statement on Thursday, which did not disclose the gender nor the names of the 2 persons who have been arrested. However, the police did reveal that the operation took place in Harrigan Estate on Wednesday afternoon. They said, and I quote, "Officers of the Special Investigations Team of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force seized 2 prohibited high-powered assault rifles following a search of a residence in Harrigan Estate yesterday afternoon." They continued by saying, and I quote, "In addition to the firearms, officers also confiscated a quantity of ammunition and a large amount of cash as a result of a proactive operation." The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force said investigations are ongoing into the matter, more to come as the story develops. When 284 News returns, residents are urged to consider vaccines and boosters as respiratory illnesses, including COVID-19, continue to impact the BVI, and Diabetes Month 2022 is observed in the BVI.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family. I love you. Service.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I even watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting. For people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene here in the Virgin Islands, Health Minister, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, is urging residents to consider vaccinations and boosters as the COVID-19 virus, along with other respiratory illnesses, he says, continues to impact the territory of the Virgin Islands. Minister Penn made the special appeal during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Assembly after disclosing that this year's influenza season is expected to be a very active one.
Here in the Virgin Islands, COVID-19 is now very rarely detected by laboratories, given that severe infection and hospitalization rates are currently low. Travel testing requirements have been relaxed, and home testing kits have been available locally for some time. Despite these encouraging trends, Madam Speaker, the virus that causes COVID-19 continues to circulate in the territory, along with other respiratory viruses such as influenza and RSV, which individually or collectively could have serious health implications for vulnerable persons. I want to emphasize that we should take steps to prevent the spread of the viral infections. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, predicts a very active influenza season, which will be complicated by a concurrent seasonal increase in both COVID-19 and other viral respiratory infections, such as RSV, which also causes flu-like symptoms.
The minister said the situation has the potential to negatively impact the territory and the wider region more significantly, considering the close ties to the United States and increased visitor arrival. He encouraged residents to continue taking their necessary supplements as well as to practice the proper hygiene methods to minimize exposure to the illnesses.
It is therefore important, Madam Speaker, for persons in our community, particularly those that are vulnerable, to take enhanced precautions to reduce their risk of infection and the potential for any serious effects and complications of respiratory diseases. Along with proper nutrition and other health lifestyle choices, everyone should continue to make use of enhanced personal protection measures, such as hand washing, covering your cough, using face coverings where appropriate, and vaccination.
Meanwhile, Penn said vaccines for the respective illnesses are available, adding that the final shipment of COVID-19 vaccines from the United Kingdom was slated to arrive in the territory within this week.
I am pleased that both COVID-19 and influenza vaccines remain available at the Beaver Health Service Authority for its primary care clinics. We expect to receive a final shipment of COVID-19 vaccines on Wednesday of this week under the terms of a revised memorandum of understanding between the United Kingdom Health Security Agency and the government of the Virgin Islands. This new shipment will include pediatric doses of Pfizer BioNTech vaccines for children ages 5 and older, as well as all doses of Pfizer bivalent vaccine, which provides enhanced protection against the Omicron variant, along with the original strain.
President of the BVI Diabetes Association, Dr. Charlene Lewis, paid a visit to 284 Media Studio this week to discuss the ins and outs of this year's observation of World Diabetes Month within the territory. She also took the time to share some important information on the disease and recommendations on how persons can steer their lives away from developing diabetes. Dr. Lewis sat down with our Jaka Wooding. Take a look.
Of course, and I see that you're wearing your blue. I took some notes as well, so we are certainly dressed for the occasion.
Wonderful. Thank you for participating.
Of course, November has been a busy month for the BVI Diabetes Association, diabetes associations across the world, and we would have seen World Diabetes Day being observed on November 14th. So I think that's a good starting point for us. Take us into things. What is World Diabetes Day and what's the relevance of this observation in the BVI?
So World Diabetes Day, which is the 14th of November, this was, Monday gone. It's the day set aside by the International Diabetes Federation for everybody to kind of come together and just be more aware of this chronic disease in our, communities. The theme for 2021 to 2023, which is actually a 3-year span, is going to be access to diabetes care for all. This year in particular, 2022, it is education to protect tomorrow. So that was really, our time to kind of make that observation.
I would have seen some statistics from the International Diabetes Federation that said about 9.4% of adults in the BVI are facing diabetes. So what is really the role of the Diabetes Association in, raising awareness here in the BVI and assisting the people who are facing diabetes?
Well, according to WHO, since 1980 actually, so in the space of somebody's lifespan, there's actually been a doubling of diabetes rates around the world. I think the latest stat from IDF was it 7 million people living with diabetes around the world. To be honest with you, we do not have exact statistical numbers here in the BVI because we do have a lack of capturing that information. There's a lot of, we don't have coherence between a lot of the different medical entities, and so we don't have exact numbers at this time. It's definitely something that we need to work towards, in the future. And we being the Diabetes Association, that's something that we're going to have to be pushing for. Why we raise awareness is because we know that even though we don't have the actual numbers, you can see the amount of people that are suffering from diabetes. I come from a background, I've been here for many years, and I worked for almost 10 years in the public health system, and that included working in the hospital, working in different clinics, and you would see so many people coming in with, diabetes, high blood sugars, and they don't even understand what it means, much less to really be able to take better care of themselves. So from the Diabetes Association point of view, we go out into the community throughout the year, various health fairs, or we might just decide to do a screening event, and we would go into the community and we would actually check persons' blood sugars and their blood pressure, because we know that they go hand in hand.
In terms of people, if you could recommend any short-term changes, things they could do immediately to probably steer their life away from developing diabetes, give me your top 3.
Top 3. Number 1, and again, I'm being very mindful that we have modern day lives, so it's not always easy. I have my profession, I have my son, I have family life at home, doing all this extra work. So some of the things that really work for me, being mindful of what you eat. Because sometimes we really don't think about it, and we just kind of think, well, it tastes good, so we're just going to have it. You do have to be a bit more mindful about what kind of effect is it actually going to have once it gets in my body. So being more mindful about what you eat. 2, being more purposeful and being active. A lot of people, we work hard, we're tired at the end of the day, we're frustrated, whatever. It's so easy to go to bed late at night because you were scrolling on Facebook and Instagram, looking at 284 Media, trying to catch up. And I get that. But, being mindful about going to bed on time, and so that you can wake up in the morning and you can actually do a little bit of exercise even before you go into the office. Walking the stairs rather than taking the elevator or, escalator, whatever you have at work. Parking further away from your office and actually walking to the place and not driving up to the doorway. Those are that's another way. And rest and relaxation, which also includes like trying to do things that are fun. Go to the beach. We don't really do that enough anymore. Take the kids out. Relax your mind, because we have been under so much stress over the past couple of years. It's about being very purposeful in creating your own happiness.
Thank you, Jaka, for that report. Now, the full discussion can be viewed via our website at 284media.com and all our other social media platforms. Viewers, that is it for today's News Roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com. And of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and at 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. It has been a long but pleasant week of bringing you the latest in local, regional, and international content. We're 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news, right here on 284 Media. Happy Friday, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. Have a beautiful evening and enjoyable rest of the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for the weekly news roundup. Bye-bye.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services. One-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you,
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
She? I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, I hop. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?